The war in Ukraine putting new pressure on fuel costs, and with the double whammy of skyrocketing inflation, it's adding to the struggles for many people just trying to make it in the Bay. Today in the Bay, Cierra Johnson live for us in Mill Valley with the new record high for gas prices there. And experts, they are saying you can actually do some things to limit the higher cost that's really affecting all of our wallets, Cierra.
Yes, good morning, Marcus. We did have a chance to speak with a financial advisor, and he offered some great advice, especially given just the simple cost of everyday things, one of them being gas right now in Marin County, $5.99 for a gallon of unleaded gas. We've been doing this story for weeks now. This price seems to have remained the same for the last couple of days, but it's still a little bit higher than the new record set here in the state of California, $5.91, record-setting number, and it's also what you can expect to pay for a gallon of unleaded gas. If you take a look at just a month ago, we were paying $4.82. Remember this time last year when things were great, $3.89 a gallon. But if you're trying to make it in the Bay, it's not just the price of gas that's gone up, it's also the price of groceries. Now, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics has said that the average annual cost of groceries for American households was about $420 a month back in 2020. After inflation, that is now pushing $450 each month. And with inflation now at nearly 8%, we did have a chance to speak with Sam Gata, is a certified financial planner in Alameda. He says he has many clients who have seen their bills for groceries and gas go through the roof. So as a financial planner, what does he recommend? Well, while the amount of money coming in is the same, Gata recommends that you don't dip into your retirement or that emergency savings or even go into further debt to cope with inflation. Instead, he says you should calculate your personal inflation rate, compare your bank and your credit card statements from last year to the past 3 months, and take a look at where your spending has increased the most. Another piece of advice, focus on those needs rather than the wants.
And that has been a huge benefit because then we can look at potentially cutting back some discretionary spending where inflation is high and reallocating that money to places where it's the most necessary.
And another great piece of advice he has, be sure to stash away 3 to 6 months of savings in case of an emergency or if you were to lose your job. Another great piece of advice, something everyone should be doing, he says to save about 15% of your paycheck in case of that emergency. But again, $5.99 the case of the price of gas here in Marin County. $5.91 is what the average here in the state of California, and at this point, AAA saying it is a record. We're live in Mill Valley. Cierra Johnson for Today in the Bay.